everybody, Paula here from The Flavorful Home. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making eggplant parmesan. It's a family favorite and it's done a little differently. This is my mother-in-law Marianne's recipe and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So let's get started. We have 3 eggplants, just average size, and I peel them. I know some people don't, but I gotta be honest, I don't like in my eggplant parm, I don't like skins, so off they go. Could be tedious, but we need these peeled nice. They have a beautiful color too. Let me make sure. Yep, they're in there nice. There are a couple of different versions of eggplant parm. Some people kind of do a layered, like lasagna type. My father would make it just sliced, fried, and he would put fresh tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and chopped basil sprinkled over the fried eggplant and serve it over pasta. Now this one was a little bit softer and it didn't peel as easily as this one is. Can make quick work of it. Don't let this dish intimidate you. A lot of people, they hear, oh, eggplant parmesan, I can't do it. Oh, yes, you can. I promise. All it takes is a little time and dedication, and there really isn't much that you can't cook. This one's a nice one too. I like to cut into it and see what the seed situation is. I prefer less seedy eggplants. Unfortunately, you don't know until you start slicing. Okay. This will be for my compost. Now, you want a nice, maybe 1/4 inch slice, I'd say, like that. I don't like it too thick. That's a manageable slice. So, and it looks like, well, I won't know till I get closer to the base, but it looks like we might be easy on the seeds. See, not too seedy. And I will turn my eggplant, because I'm not the straightest cutter in the world, so that I kind of get a nice even cut. And I just make a pile of them, and I try to keep the sizes together. And I'll show you why once we get busy frying. Okay, once I get this one done, I'm going to cut the rest, and I will come back when they're all cut and we're ready to start frying. So here we have the sliced eggplants. I took 3 eggs and made an egg wash with them and adding some water. I eyeball everything. I didn't measure. You can still see it has more of an egg consistency. It's not completely watered down, but I just thin it a bit. I cut up some pieces of mozzarella, and depending on the size of my slice, it will either get 1 piece or 2. So we're going to spin you around and get ready for frying, because I have my fry pan heating up with the canola oil. So let me get you situated and we'll be right back. Okay, so remember how I said I try to keep like-sized eggplants together? My oil is nice and hot, which is what you want, otherwise eggplants suck up grease. And did you notice what I haven't done, which most people who are making eggplant parmesan do? I have eliminated the dredging and breadcrumb. We are just putting them in egg. And they brown up pretty quick, so you want to keep an eye on them. These last couple in, and then we'll start turning them and getting them ready to go on the pan. That's what you're looking for, a nice browned piece. I have to play with this flame because it's a very high burner. It's for woks and such, and it doesn't go very low, so I try to keep an eye on it, and I'll turn it on and off to keep it going. Here is where I will put the eggplants, and I will show you what we do. So these guys are on the smaller side. So I take a small piece of mozzarella, just strip it, place it in the pan, put the mozzarella, and make a sandwich. So you have an eggplant and mozzarella sandwich. Same thing. These the other on the smaller side. Get these guys. And here we have number 2. I'm going to add some more eggplant. I like to drip off as much egg as possible. And these guys I can see already turn. And these guys are ready to come out. My mozzarella. And there you go. I'm going to continue frying, and I'll bring you back when it's all finished. We're not quite finished yet, but I wanted to come back real quick and show you how well it's going. And I'm happy to say, not for the most part, they were excellent and not much seed, which makes me really happy. I prefer not having a bunch of eggplant seeds. This is a big puppy, so since these are larger, I've been putting 2 mozzies in them. And that's it. That's the last 4. After they're all fried, I drain most of the oil and I brown garlic. I like a lot of garlic, so I'll put 4 or 5 cloves. And then it gets tomato sauce. And the tomato sauce cooks in the oil that the eggplant was fried in. And it makes the most delicious sauce for your eggplant parm. We'll finish this up and come back in a minute. We have a little bit different perspective here. And I have drained pretty much almost all the oil. And because some of these garlics are small, I'm actually putting in 2, 4, 6, 9 garlics. I shut the flame off because I don't want major splatter. And just, now I'll lower it. You want that garlic flavor to get in there. I want to see if I can bring you up just a little bit more. Give me a second here. I'll tell you, there is nothing like the smell of garlic browning. Oh my gosh. That is quite the intoxicating aroma. Smells wonderful. I'm going to put my apron on because this is usually where I get slammed with sauce. You just want them to have a slight brown on them. You don't want them burnt. I keep them in there as the sauce cooks. Okay, I'm going to shut it. And in a minute, we're going to put the sauce in. Let's see if I could get you a nice shot. You can see it has a nice brown to it. I think you could see it. Alright, let me get my sauce. A nice stir as it goes. And I will add water to this. So let me get that. Some pepper. And you want some salt. just to see where we're at. That's good stuff. And the rest of that. And then you're just going to let this cook 25 minutes. You want that flavor of the eggplant to develop in it. So you let that go. In the meantime, I'm going to turn you around so you can see. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to, not the stand, I'm going to turn the camera. Now this is what the eggplants look like. They're all sandwiched with the mozzarella in the middle. And I promise you, it is delicious. No one I know does eggplant this way. In my restaurant, people used to be shocked that it wasn't breaded and were so skeptical that it was going to be good. It's delicious. Here we go, it's starting to boil. Now, I don't have a cover. Mr. Blurry. Always blurry. There we go. I don't have a cover for this pan. It's so large. So I'm just going to cut a piece of foil and just rest it on top of it. I'm going to show you something else that my kids and I like to do. You take a piece of mozzarella and you dip it. Good stuff. So, we're going to let this cook, and when we're ready to assemble, I'll come back. You can see from the middle, it starts to thicken up. And this is what we're looking for. So, I am going to shut it. And we're going to start assembling. I am splatter obsessed, so I put all this stuff because I just don't like having my walls and oven splattered with grease. So I do all these crazy things to keep that from happening. So we just want to get that together. I'm going to zoom you out a little because I'm going to put it over here. Here is my pan. Just going to move that. And I give a little bit on the bottom. Like you're painting the bottom of your pan with sauce. And I'll bring the eggplants over here. And I just need my Parmesan cheese. And you just kind of get them all laid in there. Try to put some smaller ones in between. Let's see, I'll move you out a little bit. smaller ones in, kind of like you're doing a puzzle. You want to get all the spaces filled. And you're gonna top it with sauce. I have my oven preheating at like 375. I'm gonna pull those garlics out of there. Okay. Get another garlic. And then hit it with some Parmesan cheese. I do not use any of that junk in a can. It's disgusting. I either go to Trader Joe's and buy it, or if I'm at Costco or Sam's Club, I buy a big chunk and I grate it myself. And there you go. Layer one. Now we just kind of fill it in. Normally I would like to do a longer single, but I'm not going to do 2 pans. I'm just going to get these all in here. One more. We'll put him in the corner. Let's put you here. Move you a little bit. There we go. And we'll sauce them up. The sauce gets such a nice tang from cooking in the same pan that the eggplants cooked in. It just gives it such a lovely flavor. And I'm telling you, if you think you can't cook, you can. Because my mother-in-law, they used to tease her and say she could burn boiling water. She did not cook when she first was married. She had to learn, and learn she did. That woman would put together a meal at the drop of a dime because people always walked in at the last minute. And you'd be afraid there wasn't enough, but she'd do potatoes and eggs and all sorts of got the macaroni and 1, 2, 3, it was done. There was always enough. A little more cheese, and then 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it's already hot. I'm going to pull you back because we're going to open the oven and put it in. I forgot to get my pan out from cooking my French bread. Alright, that'd be hot. I'm just going to put it on the top. And we'll let that heat. I have a pot up for spaghetti. When it's done, we'll be back. I have my spaghetti cooking because we like to have it with spaghetti. I'm just going to take a minute to talk to you about amounts. I've been cooking for a long time, so I am very general in my amounts. I am much more specific in baking. But cooking, I fly by the seat of my pants. As far as how much sauce to use, if you're doing 2 or 3 eggplants, the large can of tomato sauce is what you're going to want. If you want it with spaghetti, I would do the large can and maybe the 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Or even 2 large cans. What you don't use could always be frozen. So there is no waste with sauce. If you like your eggplant saucy, add more to the layer of eggplants. If you like it drier, add less. But I am very general in my measurements. I'm not rigid when I cook. So I just wanted to let you know about that. My spaghetti is almost finished. You can tell when a spaghetti is finished by how it bends, and that's not bending well. So you got more to go. And you don't want it stuck. So you just keep stirring it to make sure you don't have stuck pasta. And we'll be back when this is all finished. Let's pull our eggplant parmesan out of the oven. Beautiful. Bring you over. Nice, melty. So good. Yes, indeed. That's some good cooking. Yummy eating. All right, I'm going to pull out my, and I'll let you see that too. Shut the oven. Put this on over here. And we will put our spaghetti in its bowl. Sauce up our spaghetti, which I have learned is not something a lot of people do. I guess us New York Italians do things a little different than the rest of the country. All right, let me get you in there because I want you to see. We always whether it's spaghetti, macaroni, ravioli, always gets sauced and tossed. We never put spaghetti on the table plain like that. Just never happens. I have yet to encounter a family that does that. This is how we roll in the Calvanico house. And it's how we rolled in my childhood home, the Ferraro house, and in my grandma's house, the Pranzo house. That's just how it's done. And that's it. Then you put it on the table, and you put the rest of your sauce in a bowl. And I will call the family to come down and eat. Well, my dear friends, that is my plate. I am so happy that you joined me in my kitchen again. I hope you liked what I prepared. I hope you try it. And I thank you very much for visiting with me. Everybody,